All right, back to the PowerPoint. This link on the bottom, I guess what Dave, maybe you can describe what is there. It's a YouTube video.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's with Art Wolf, and it covers a lot of very basic things right from the get-go. And the guy's been around for how many? He's been photographing for over 40 years now. But it's well done. It's actually was done at a B&H forum. It's not very long. It's only about maybe 40 minutes, but there's some really great ideas that come out of it. So
It's basically covered like composition or what
yeah,
you're looking for,
yeah.
what makes a good photograph.
Yeah, composition and positive, negative space, filling the space, uh, just creating a balanced type of composition. But the good thing is he shows you, like he says, when you're a teacher, you got to make bad photos and then you try and make a better one out of it, or just keep following through. And so he shows like, this is how I started. And then this is what was wrong with it. And so then I came in a little tighter, or I did this to make it change. And then I added this to make it better. So, he kind of walks you through like his whole procedure and process. So it's good because you can visually see what he's talking about.
All right.
And Art's a great instructor. He's been an instructor his whole life, I mean, he went to fine art school and graduated from that. And then towards the end of his degree, he was switching over to photography, but he's always been a great teacher too. And, so no, yeah.
Right.
Excellent photographer. I think everybody knows who Art Wolf is though. I mean, he's very well known. So probably done about 40 books.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, with that,
he's
go
into
ahead.
color photography. Art
Yep.
Wolf is to color photography what David is to black and white.
Yeah. Well, he does really good black and whites too, though. Really good.
Has he?
Yeah.
I haven't ever
Yeah.
seen his black and white.
Yeah. Oh, they're quite well, but he's more known for color, and I mean, he's just amazing, at all that. So
All right.
we used to show in a gallery together in Washington a few years ago. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Art, he was there. I think it was Bellingham. Is that the one that's near Seattle? Bellevue. Yeah. I think Bellevue. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to turn it over to you, Dave, and let's start kind of going through the images. And
now, is this when I hit the screen share? Is that when I hit that or what?
I hit share screen and
share screen. Yeah.
Down at the bottom.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay. So
if we can't see it yet, you got to pick
share.
There you go. There you go.
So if this is one of the people that are here, if it's one of yours, we'll spend more time on it, okay? But I'm going, let's see, I've got about 55 of them. So Dave told me I had 13 seconds for each one. And so this one's called The Passage of Time. So again, if it's anybody's particular photo, please let me know, okay? And so do you want me to go through, Dave, like each phase of TIC or just how would you want me to comment on that? Hello? Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, I hit mute. Yeah, no, I just make your general comments on each photo and you can step through them. So these are all the level 1 photos. So
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So we'll start with this one. I think it was taken. I'm not sure where it was taken. It was Idaho. It doesn't really matter there. Okay. So we do know what the subject matter is here. I'll just point out the things that I would correct on it. First of all, I mean, technically it's good, but there's some issues with the sky. You kind of get lost. There's not a lot going on in the sky. And also I believe it's snow back behind that. So it's just a bit distracting. I would have added a little bit more contrast into the situation and tried to work on the sky a little bit more. But I mean, I think I understand. If anything, I would tell the person to back off a little bit more and give us a little bit more context and what you can see here. but, and it was obviously wintertime. That must be snow back there. But I kind of get lost with what's behind. I'm not seeing enough of what's behind into the image. Okay. So should I go to the next one?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. We'll get a groove going here. Oh yeah, this one here. Now this is one I really like this one a lot too. It's very creative. I would have probably, if I don't know if they were possible if they could have done this, but I would have stepped back a little bit more, just as because you know it's going down, but you'd like to see a little bit more where the downward arc to the left. It would have been nice. I like the fact that they actually use a lot of white and black into it. A lot of black and white photographers, when they first get into it, they tend to hover around about 3 zones of black and white, and they always seem to be in the middle. You don't get to see a lot of really hardy blacks or strong whites either. But I do like this one a lot. I think it was a very well put together. I just would have backed up a little bit. And maybe they didn't have a big enough, wide enough lens to get more of it, but would have been stronger if it would have been going down a little bit. Okay, but this was my favorite of the level 1 of the 8 photographs. This one here, as I was talking, lots of times when you're starting out in photography, you don't want to, you think there's no such thing as a pure black should be seen, I guess, but this would have done a lot better if there would have been more contrast. You just sort of get lost in, like, you know what it is, but it's not drawing me back. Technically, I mean, it's a nice photograph, but you need to have compositionally wise, but I would have get some blacks in there to draw you. And also at the very far distance, it would have been nicer too, to have a little bit more information that was going on there too. And probably include a little bit more of that there, with the sky. Cause it's, even though it's there, it's not part of the sand, but it's not drawing me in. If you'd have had a little bit more sky, I think it would have helped out a little bit. I think those are mountains back there. I'm not quite sure, but it would have been nice to be able to see what it was. But okay, next one. Oh, that's an ad. Okay, same way with this one. Again, you do have some blacks there. What bothers me about this photograph is it actually the dunes, and I'm not sure, but the way the light's falling on it, it would have been nice to have a little more contrast here too, in the white area, especially. Because I get the first one I can see, it's a little bit dark. And then the second, third one, it would have been nice to draw you back in. Those are definitely mountains. Dave, are those mountains in the background there too?
I don't know. Looks like it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would have been better again if they could have gotten a little bit higher on the horizon line to see, because those black mountains probably would have brought you into the photo a little bit more too. I don't know if this was a pano stitch or if it was just a crop 35 millimeter, but if it was a pano stitch, this is one of the reasons why if you ever do a pano stitch, you should shoot it vertically in pano.
This was a crop.
Was it a crop?
Yeah, and those were mountains in the back.
Okay. Is this your photo?
White sands.
Yeah, okay. It is white sands. Okay. Yeah. So I would have tried to show a little bit that, because you kind of, if you could have seen above that horizon line, I think it would have drawn you in and added more scale to the actual sand dunes itself too. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Oh, this is nice too. Yeah. Yeah, this has got some, as we would say, it's got some meat to it. I like the, yeah, this is really shot well. The composition is nice too. You know, some people may disagree with having I think it's a little fence on the right-hand side, but that doesn't really bother me that much. And you maintain the highlights, the steam and the highlights. That was really good too. I don't think I would have cropped anything. I like the black that it goes into, and that was probably, that was in Yellowstone. So I'm not sure if that was a hillside or not, but it looks good. I might have played with in Lightroom. If you go into black and white, you can play with the color profiles. I think I would have played a little bit more with that, and to try and separate the first third of the scene with the second third of the scene, as far as where the hot springs, the mud in it. I think you could have played with that a little bit more, which would have brought, you know, a little bit more of dimensionality to the image. But yeah, it looks really good. I like this one a lot too. Yeah. Okay. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Okay. Now this one, yeah, I like this one too. If I was to do something with this image, I would have used I think what they were trying to do, but I would have used a ND filter and gotten more of a blur in the water. The reason being, the bottom part is fighting for my attention with the middle, and then the Teton's far away. Did anybody here take this photo? I guess not. Okay. So that, I keep getting stuck. I'm seeing there's a little turbulence in the water right there, and it's not taking me out into the scene. The other thing that's very important is the sky. It's really important to let clouds be clouds. And this has got a lot of clarity in those clouds. And sometimes it's kind of steals away from what you're trying to photograph, you know, the landscape there. This one isn't that bad. There'll be some other ones you'll see that are quite a bit intense. You know, as they say, the problem is not sharpness itself. It's the problem is when sharpness overwhelms the form, and especially with clouds. You know, you just get those clouds that look like glowing Brillo pads. You know, so you just got to be really careful. I'll point that out in other scenes though, but it's just a mistake that people will make sometime in black and white. They want those dramatic skies, but it doesn't have to be, especially the clouds. You don't want it to be that brazen. So, but I like the image a lot too. If I was going to crop anything, I don't really, yeah, it looks really good there though. I mean, if I was going to crop anything, maybe a little bit on the right side, but it's a nice image. It's a very nice image. Okay. So this one here is called The Gods Must Be Playful. And that's okay. And here yeah, beautiful clouds up north, heading off past Mount Moran there. That's a strong image too. I think I think it's stronger if you would just crop some of that top off. For me personally, I would just crop a little bit, right? A bit of, yeah, about, I don't know how you guys can see, but maybe about 3/4 inch off the top. I think it works a little bit better for that. But it's also a very beautiful, it must have been shot in the summertime. Good clouds. A little bit clarity on that, on the big thunderstorm on the right, but still for that time of the season, that's a really nice cloud, because obviously it must be July or August, one of those late afternoon storms. Okay, let me get the next one. Oh yeah, Mount Moran. Okay, so here I would have See the snow at the bottom? It's just a little crunchy. And it doesn't look like it should be that time of the day. You know, a little bit more whiter snow would have been better there. It's, if anything, you might want to crop out the footsteps or at least clean them up in front there. Composition is pretty good. You could, if you needed to, come over in the right-hand side a little bit, the left-hand side too. Yeah, it's a little, I'd crop in a little bit too on the left-hand side. It's just kind of bunched up over there. But the main thing is you can see that snow is just not quite snowish color. It's got a little bit too much gray in it for my particular liking. Again, and that's probably what they're doing in software. Maybe they're overly sharpening something or again, too much clarity. I'm not sure what, but, and the sky too could be lightened up a little bit more too. I mean, it's really intense, but I think you're kind of losing, you know, the overall subject by that much over processing on this one. Okay. Any questions so far?
Nope. Good.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if any, okay, is that the last? Oh, that's the last one. Okay, good. So now we go back to
Yeah, we'll go to the level, get back to the albums and the next level.
an album. Yeah, okay. Now I will go to, let's see,
You
back
got-
to album list and let me hit 2. All right, good. First one is Mormon Road. All right. Okay, good. Now, again, this one too. Yeah, we all know that shot. I'm a little bit on this one here. I don't understand if is this anybody's photograph right here in the group? Is there anybody here? Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm not sure if this was put together. Because I'm seeing little areas where it's very bright on a horizontal line, I mean vertical line, and then it'll be darker and it's like it was stitched together, but it wasn't stitched together properly because like you can see the snow at the opening of the gate. It's very bright there, and then straight back behind it's pretty bright there too. And then there's an unevenness that's happening in the snow. And again, the snow again is not quite white. It's more of like about a, I'd say on the scale, maybe a 2 on a gray scale. So, oh no, more, yeah, it'd be maybe more like a 4. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit white there too. Overall, the whole scene is just a little bit too dark. I don't know what they did to do that, but I mean, I think you need to have that a little bit brighter in the foreground. Technically, it's, you know, I mean, compositionally wise, it's nice. I think I would have cropped in a little bit on the left-hand side just to where that there's a building over there. I think if you crop that out, you get a better, and maybe crop it a little bit on the right-hand side too, to where those 2 poles are at. Be a little stronger image. The sky's a little too dark, but I think maybe they may have used a graduated neutral density filter too. You look at the post, it's a little bit darker up there at the very top too. Could have been, maybe not, but it is, I mean, it's a nice image. It's just that, again, working on it in software, there's just some small little errors there, but we've all been in that spot, haven't we? Yeah. Next one. Whoops. Oh, this is on this side. Okay. Good. Grand Targhee. I got to ask everybody, does this thing not look level? Anybody?
It looks like it's going downhill because of the clouds.
It looks like it's listing to the starboard or the port side.
Yep,
Mhm.
agreed.
Yeah, I thought it was like, it didn't look quite, yeah, quite level. I wasn't sure. I've never been to that particular spot, but I don't remember the Tetons sloping down, but maybe, yeah, it does. Yeah, that's the
Even the
first thing I noticed.
even the trees are slanted a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I think they need to raise that left side up a little bit too. And one thing I would do is it's a lot stronger image if you crop out that tree on the right-hand side. Then you get into more diagonals, and because you're not really gaining anything by that tree and the clouds above it, but if you chop it off right there at the left-hand side, then you've got really nice diagonal lines going up and down in a V shape. I think the sky is too dark. Again, that may be just playing with the blue channel or something like that. But I like the little ski lines there too. But yeah, that's the only thing I would do. Okay. you know, let me go to the next one. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Okay. All right. So here we have Snake River Overlook. And again, do you see what I'm saying about the snow? Because it's not a cloudy day. I don't think so. But if you look at that snow across from the river, look at the tone on it. I mean, look, it's a little dark, and I hope that's not a cloud, but I'm seeing parts of it a little bit whiter in comparison to the snow on the peaks. I just think that they brought down the white values too much, because look at the bank here at the very bottom. See how white that is, and look at the snow back behind it. And I don't know if I don't think it's a cloudy day, but that's kind of that kind of stops me from my eye continuously going out to the Tetons. Sky could be lightened up a little bit more too. I think they were just trying to bring out the clouds, but there weren't a lot of clouds or anyway. I would lighten up the sky. Overall, I'd lighten up the whole image quite a bit too, and may have been cropped. I'm not sure. You could crop it a little bit over to the left side, just a little bit in. That left-hand corner, I would kind of darken that down a little bit too. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, I really like this one too. This is really nice. Yeah. Because it's just sort of that whole, it's like a nighttime shot, the mysteriousness is showing through here. This has got to be Tower Falls. Yeah, it is Tower Falls. Yeah, it's very, very beautifully done. I would imagine if I would have done any printing, you see where the waterfalls are going down, and you have those pine trees right at the bottom, and it kind of makes like a V shape. I think if they would just have opened that up just a little bit, but not too much. But the composition is beautiful, the image is beautiful. The falls, nothing's blown out. And this is the kind of image that if you blow it up, it's going to look so much prettier too. Because as you blow it up, it becomes, it'll open up in the shadows. I think you'd be able to see a lot that's in there. So this was a really, really nice, and I've never seen it from this angle. So that's good. A lot of people shoot that from down below, but it's really nice the way it curves around there too. So very well done, whoever did this one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Swan. Okay. Yeah, gosh, it's just that really nice. Don't know much what else I would do. The only thing I would probably do on this one would be that silvery band just above its head. I would bring that down because it does tend to distract me, and I don't really know what it is. It's not water. Maybe it's the bank. I'm not sure, but I think if it was a little bit sort of that same tone of a darker black, I think it would isolate this, not swan, the pelican. It would isolate a little bit more, but it's very well done. Very well done. Yeah. And you've got probably about as much reflection you're going to get because the water that's moving. But yeah, this was good. This is really good. Yeah. Love that eye focus control. This one's got, I like this one a lot too. This one might be a little bit too overexposed for the snow, but you know, you can still see most of the detail there. And the water, you could bring it down just a little bit. As far as the brightness, intensity, the shadow is nice, but even you could bring that down nowadays. I mean, maybe when they shot that, you know, in Photoshop or in Lightroom, you could easily go in and isolate that, bring it down. But boy, it's I love the way that especially with the ice behind the head, you can really see everything very still. And the shadow is beautiful too, even though it's not perfectly, you know, sort of the abstract of it. This is really well done too. This would be a really nice print too. Very nice. Yeah, I think the water would look really good too. Yeah, ice herring. Okay. Whoops, one more. Okay. Oh, Monument Valley. Okay. 2 mittens there. So the only thing I would do in this one, good, they don't see the road either. That's nice. Nice storm. I think the only thing you would do now, I would do is just work on the sky a little bit. Just open up the whites and you could play around, probably draw out the rain that's falling a little bit better. I mean, somebody who's really good at Lightroom, Photoshop could do that. But yeah, the composition is great. It's got a strong impact. It's a beautiful place. You don't always get clouds like that down there. That's for sure. It's a really difficult place. Usually May's the best month there. And you might, well, I see those rocks are going to be the same no matter what, because it's all kind of that reddish Navajo red. So you're not going to do a lot of isolating there. But for what was there, for the scenery, there's probably no sun coming through because of the clouds. But I would have just worked on a little bit of this where the rain is falling, kind of bring that because it adds more depth to it. But yeah, that's a really nice photograph too. Really, really nice. And trying to see if there's any tribal horses down there. I don't see that, but one of my favorite spots from years and years ago too. So that's nice. Oh, another Monument Valley shot. Yeah, this one's done really good. Did anybody here take this shot?
I know the person who took that.
Yes,
shot.
I did.
Oh, well, Dave joined us, huh?
Was
Yeah, I
that?
had to drive all the way to Madison to get cell service from Yellowstone, so,
I
or
didn't
West
think-
Yellowstone.
didn't
Oh,
think
you
about
took this? You took a shot?
Yes.
Okay. Did you stack focus it?
Nope,
Okay. I was just wondering because I mean,
like
it's-
HDR.
no, focus stacking.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I thought maybe it was. I was like, you did a really good job with it. So yeah, this is really nice image too.
Thank you.
Yeah. I would just see that bottom left-hand corner. I would probably darken that down a little bit, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a smidge, but you nailed the exposure really good. And the sky, see, you know, this is a sky that looks more natural. We've been seeing so many that were so dark. This is more, you know, what a natural, unless it's a big brooding storm or something that's coming at you. But, you know, oftentimes, you know, folks will just want to take the slider and really crank up the sky, and you kind of lose that atmosphere. They really don't have atmosphere when it's that dark. So yeah, this was really well done. I like the light on the sagebrush, not sagebrush. What is it? What is that, sagebrush or tumble? What is that? Yeah. Yeah, the bush is down in the foreground. That's really beautiful there too. Very well done.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is great. I like this one. Yeah, this is I really like this one. You got the dog back there. I kind of wish in a way that I had about another 1/8 of an inch on the left-hand side just to get that rear calf, but that does add tension to it too. So maybe they were wanting to add a little tension by having the calf that was kind of cut off there behind the mama cow, the far left side. But and again, I mean, great placement too. You know, this is really well done. Maybe a little. No, I think not a lot to do. I mean, if, I'm just wondering if a slight vignette may have helped too. Just a slight vignette may have even drawn you in more. But exposure, everything. I like the way they got a lot of the cattle have a leading leg that's, you know, you can see like the first one at the bottom right. You got that first leg that's leading into it. You get a lot of those, which is good. So they are definitely showing motion. And yeah, the cowboy. Is that a cowboy? Yeah. We should. Yeah, that's really good there too. Running along. So yeah, kudos to this one. This was a great shot. Really good. Anybody here take that one?
Yep.
You took that one?
Yeah, Idaho Roundup kind of thing.
Oh, where was it taken at?
Idaho.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, great. Oh, good. Good. When you get this back, when you go home tonight, if you're looking at going to the black and white channel, try and work on the yellow and yellow. What it would be spring, yellow and green channels, and see what you can do as far as the pasture land. You know, slide a little bit to see if you get any contrast or if you can make it even a little bit lighter behind there too. I mean, it looks good, but I just was wondering what it might look like without you don't want to do too much because then you'll distract from the cattle. But I was just wondering if there was a little bit of a contrast just to see how it play with the contrast on that. It might be interesting to see where you go in that direction and add a little vignette too, because the vignette's going to really draw you in, you know? So try that. But yeah, this is really well done. Very well done.
Great thing.
Yeah. Excellent. Oh, okay. Now, this image here, I'm kind of torn because there's so much going on in post-processing that I can't find the subject. You know, I think it's the mountains, but there's just a lot of light there that's really distracting me because I keep hitting this wall of light right in the center that's kind of overexposed. You don't see a lot of detail in the clouds. So I'm pretty sure the detail was probably there, but the clouds at the top are really dark, and then in the middle they're washed out, and in the mountains there, and it's the beam that coming through is kind of washed out because it's overexposed too. So this image probably has promise. It just needs to be reprocessed again, you know, post-processing, you know, tone it down a little bit, lighten up the clouds. The composition's fine, but you need to bring up the shadows on the mountains there too, because I'm just getting lost right in the center of it. You know, it's just very distracting with all that light. So I would have to say, whoever take it, go back, start clean slate, and then really trying to find what you're trying to show because I'm missing a lot here on this one, but compositionally wise, it would be good. So, okay. Oh yeah. Boy, it looks cold. Caught the snowflakes. This is good too. I would, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard because it's pretty bright up there, and I don't know if you have any detail all in the sky, but it's I would tone down right there in the center part where the sky meets the river. I would try and bring that down a little bit because it's pulling me away from everything else in the scene. But it's pretty idyllic photograph. I think you just need to work on the contrast and also the higher, brighter levels, bring those down a little bit too, subdue it a little bit, but still maintain the shadows and everything in the dark trees. I love the reflection of the trees and the water, but that distraction is right there where that forest on the right, it goes right into the water. You got that big ball of light there. And it's leading me to really nothing but just a further forest away. But I think it's just it's a little distracting. But because if you look at this, look at how much beauty is on the first right-hand side of the whole photograph. You can see everything. It's taking you into something, but then it just kind of gets too, and I don't think it was foggy that day. Yeah, and I would crop out right there on the left-hand side, crop in about 1/2 inch on the left-hand side. It really cleans up that image without that. I think it's a log or dead tree at about a 45-degree angle. I would just take that out and maybe take that one little tree out too, beside it. So come in about a 1/2 inch. It's a much stronger image without that there. That's a little bit distracting. All the little things, just keeping the edges and keeping the corners and the edges really clean. It's very important to do, especially when you start printing, because that's when you really notice it. Okay. Oh, yeah. I really like this image. This is the orchid. Love the black background. And I really like the fact that nothing is blown out in the way it was lit. The composition's beautiful. You really filled the space well. And it must have been lit from the bottom right-hand side, a little bit lower. And also the veins of the orchid, they really never got bunched up, which is good. So this was done really, really well too. Yeah. It must be 35 millimeter. I think it's a 35 millimeter. Yeah. But yeah, this is nice. And I love that little bit of shaft of light on the stem there on the left-hand side. Almost looks like it's lit 2 different ways, but they did a very good job. Yeah, beautiful orchids there. Technically really good too. Okay, next. Okay. Okay, this is good. This one here must have been trying to see where the sun's coming from. So this looks like, okay. I think the clouds are nice, beautiful clouds. Tetons have got a little bit of light on there. I think the bottom half of the image, the fog or the lower layer along the Snake River there, that probably could be opened up a little bit more. The fact is, the whole bottom first inch and a half could probably stand to be just opened up just a little bit more. And especially if you could go in with a brush and just kind of open up those the fog along the snake there too. Composition wise, it's beautiful too. The grass, where you probably would just use the yellow or green uh, channels in Lightroom. You could open that up too, make it more natural. Open up that first row of forest right there on the field. Open that up a little bit more, the shadows, which you could do that with a brush too. The Tetons look really good. The clouds are beautiful there. Now see, these aren't overly cooked. You know, there hasn't been way too much clarity. Probably hold down. I mean, I might be just I don't know what he shot it with, probably 35 millimeter. But you know, they're holding up pretty well as far as definition, and they look more natural like cloud. For silver gelatin, this would be a really good print. Okay, it'd be really good for that depth and texture of the clouds. And you would see a lot more gradation with a silver gelatin. If it was an inkjet, you would have to do a little bit more work on the shadows on the underbelly, because otherwise it would get to be probably not as well defined as far as a gradation of grays, but this was really well done. So kudos. This is a good one here too. Okay, this one is, this one I can't understand what the white things are over there on the, are they cars or what? They could have been easily removed. I think this actually begs for a little bit more foreground too. You're just not quite sure what you're, you know, just a little bit more, maybe a half inch or more, just to bring in, to anchor it a little. The clouds are nice, but you do need to show me a little bit more where the mountains are. If it can open up and get rid of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little white spots there. Does anybody know what that is? Do you think there's cars parked someplace, or there are not signs in that area? I can't really understand what that is. Does anybody have an idea?
Yeah, probably a reflection off a car or something.
You think they are cars? Yeah, I would, you know, it's so easy just to get rid of that, you know. But I mean, it's all about the cloud, you know. The center portion, I don't think that's blown out, but I can't tell by this image myself. I think that's, there's probably enough there information where it'd be usable. You know, you could make something. It's interesting. You know, I was just enlarging a little bit. Everybody, if you could, just enlarge it. And wow, just enlarge it enough to where you take out the Tetons. It's a whole new image there. But I think they wanted to have the Tetons in there. I would have just added a little bit more sagebrush in there for this one. That was a beautiful, beautiful storm coming. Yeah. Probably work on the blue channel up there in the sky. Let me see, where are we at here? Okay, so we got this. Is this the barn now? Do you guys have the barn now?
Yeah, it's like a school or a church or.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. So I'm not, okay, first of all, on the lower left-hand corner, are you seeing a lot of color on yours?
I think we're losing a little bit of the right of the image, David.
Yeah, you've kind of scrolled over a little.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, okay, good. Thank you. Are you seeing like a pink or pinkish lavender thing that's on the left-hand corner? I've got a lot of purple on my left-hand corner. I can't quite figure that out. It doesn't look like, you know, when you're doing black and white, you don't have chromatic aberration that comes out to be pink. I'm seeing it on the lower left-hand corner right there. The highlighted flowers or whatever it is, they're for me, it's like a whole smudge of pink on it. Do you guys?
I didn't see any pink.
I don't
Yeah.
see any pink.
That's weird. On my computer, that's all I see on that. So I was just kind of wondering, like, okay, well, anyway, if you don't see it, that's good. That means it's white for you, because it goes from gray to that whole corner is nothing but just like kind of a pinkish blobs all over everywhere. That's why I couldn't quite understand what was going on with that. And then up along the fence post, I also see some pink stuff too there. Is it someone's photo that's here?
I don't think that person's here.
Okay, okay, all right. I would tone down the sky a little bit. It's been the sky is those clouds are pretty hot and pretty contrasty. You know, it's almost like too much clarity or something there. And if I was going to do something else, I would this front face that we're looking at the building, it's on the shadow side, but it's pretty bright for being on the shadow side. I would take it down a little bit, the white paint, you know, make it more like it's in the shade, which it is in the shade because the sun's on the opposite side of the building. So I think I was just done in post processing. They just wanted to open it up, but I think they opened it up just a little bit too much, you know, for the overall scene. But I would bring that down. Okay, I like the nice sun star. That's great, but I would bring that down a little bit on that front side because it's just a little bit too bright. It's not natural for what it should be, you know, because in comparison to everything else. And then bring down the clouds because they draw you right to. I mean, just the ridges you can see in that cloud underbelly there is just a little bit strong. I'm not sure if this was focus stacking or not because of the way I'm looking at the clouds, it looks like it could be a repetitive thing, and that could cause those ripples in the clouds too. But execution wise, I mean, the composition's great. You know, it's a really beautiful composition. It's a nice little barn. I've never seen that one, but or school, maybe church. I'm not sure. That's probably a church. Looks like an old Kansas school.
Yeah, they can get
Country.
the name schools out, so
Yeah. Oh, is that what the title is? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it was a school. Okay. That's good. Yeah. Good to see that building in such good shape too. Yeah. And also down at the bottom, I think you could open that up quite a bit too, you know, there, because it goes from such an extreme white to like extreme black. I know that's all in the shadow. So you could finagle it, work with the plants around the grass that's around, even it out a little bit, bring down. I think it would be a much more pleasing image overall. But I really like the composition. Okay. So much is done after you take it. Oh, here we go. Okay, this one too. Is this someone's photo here? Here, I'll get this. Okay, how's that? Is that good there?
yeah, that's better, more in the center now.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay. I would, yeah, this is nice. I would add, I'd open this one up a little bit more too. Okay, so starting where the forest is in the middle, the trees in the middle, I'd open all that up. I'd open up the clouds up above it, the fog there, open that up a little bit too. So you can get some layering going on because again, you've got that one layer of that gray, maybe zone 4 or 5, boom. And then you go right to a sky that's pretty much washed out. Bring the sky down a little bit, and I'd open up that fog just a little bit and open up the shadows in the middle of the scene, and you'd have a really nice image. There's still some sun on those mountains. You could maybe go in and work on those a little bit, but overall composition's good. You open up the shadows, you're going to see more reflection in the water. The water's going to open up too. And I think that would make this thing just sing. It'd be so much prettier. You know, if it was just a little bit more opened up, a little bit more contrast, but open up those shadows too. Yeah. Very well done though. Here we go. Next one. Whoops. Well, wait. I can't find my arrow now. Where's it? Oh, you know why? I've got everybody's names over there. That's why.
Zoomed in a little, maybe zoom out. There you go.
Okay, now I found it there. Okay. Whoops. Clearance sale. Oh, this is nice too. Yeah. This is really well done. Is this the same flower as before? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. So, blacks are really good. Nothing crunchy. I probably would have, well, now I can see it bigger. That bottom left-hand corner, that little stem that's coming down, I don't know if I'd want that or if I'd want to just take it out, that little stem. I mean, the little leaf or whatever there. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. Yeah, I would try, make a copy of the image, go in and see if you want to remove that or not. If there's any more left, if you cropped it, maybe add a little bit more. But this all looks good. I mean, this all looks good. Very well done in a square format too. It looks like a square format. It comes in nice. So this is very well done. Yeah. Anybody do that here? Is this anybody's photo? I don't hear anybody. Okay. All right. Is this anyone's photo here too?
Yes.
It is? Okay, good. When were you there last?
Last spring in April.
I was gonna say you're very lucky. I just know I don't see the footprints. You know. Now, when you process this, did you just convert it to black and white and then go with the channels, or did you just do something else?
No, I converted this in Lightroom and just worked the channels and added some negative clarity on the sand to get rid of the footprints.
Okay. Is there it was a blue sky day too, right?
No, it was actually it was
Overcast?
heavy overcast.
Okay. Well, it looks really good. I would, if there was anything I would do, if you could, the sand that you're walking into, if you could lighten that up, it would be good to draw you back into the canyon there. The bottom portion sand. If you could bring that up, with a brush would be nice. Now that sand, it's going around, it's going all the way the length of the canyon. You can see it back in there. Is that correct? Or am I hitting a side of a wall? It looks like, is that
no, you're hitting the side of the wall. There's a little sort of triangle that is sand, but right above it, the rectangle, the rectangle is rock.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay, I can see that. If you could lighten that up a little bit, is there anything way back in the back there too? I'm just trying to get like a leading line with that sand would be really nice also. And the sand that's pouring, if you could just make that a little bit lighter, that would draw you in too. I know it's tough because those colors are all, those walls are going to be so similar unless they're in shadow, but that would be really interesting to see if you could get just a little bit more light or just brush in some on that light on the sand that's pouring down. That would add a lot to it too, because it's almost there. You can see right where it comes off the one clip of the wall and it falls about 12 inches and you got a little bit of light there. If you just had a little bit more coming down, it would add so much to it, could pull you in, and also it would balance out the image because you had the white sky that's kind of glaring, but if that sand was a little bit lighter, you wouldn't see the white sky so much in the deep background. It would be pulling you towards the bottom, and then you would go towards the sky because you're always going to go to the brightest object. If you could just lighten that sand up just a little bit, and then that foreground, just lighten it up a little bit. It would be interesting to see how the image looks right after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I would try that. I would just try that to see. but the composition is really pretty on it and everything like that. And again, you know, unless you've shot those canyons, you just, boy, you know, you think, oh, I got plenty, I got this, but the sky is always blown out because this is like about 12 stops difference, you know, in those canyons. You know, I was never that brave to let the sky show that much if I could, you know, but of course I was shooting it in film back in the day because, but yeah, you did really well with that, very well, you know, because they're tough to do, you know, they really are. Yeah. So good image. Okay. Do you have any question?
Nope, thanks, David.
Okay, you bet. Oh yeah, I like this one too. This is a great shot. You know, I'm not a street photographer, but this looks really good. You know, gosh. Yeah. And I love the fact that they really were daring with their blacks and whites because I mean, he's got great skin tones, great shadows. The trumpet looks like a trumpet. Uh, Yeah, this is good. This is really good. And you know, you don't have time to make sure everything parallax or anything like that. You're just getting the action and he's got it, you know, and he's really playing it too. So I like this a lot. And you know, you can nitpick on this, but you know, you can't because it's street photography. You're shooting and everything's moving and you're probably walking backwards and hoping you're not falling over and or getting tripped and or bumping into somebody. But yeah, this is really well done. Really well done. I like it a lot. Blow. Yep. Must be New Orleans, huh? Oh, maybe. Okay. Oh, this is nice too. I like this one. Um, is anybody's photo here?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, good, good. So have you photographed a lot of horses in the past?
Recently a bunch,
Yeah.
but not forever.
Okay, okay. So yeah, you did a really good job of the eye. You captured the eye, everything like that. Good. Were you in the stable with the horse at that time?
It was in sort of almost like a paddock.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, good. So I was trying to see um how I like this as far as if I wanted it. Um I think doesn't need to be cropped or anything like that. What type of horse is this?
It's an Andalusian, I believe.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was. I spent 3 weeks about 11 years ago in Andalusia and photographed stallions. It kind of reminds me of like that look. And they're such big horses and beautiful horses too. Very, very stately. You know, they're the horses that kind of like look you up and down before they let you photograph them. But yeah, you did very well. Um, the only thing with horses like that is watch the ears, you know, because that's the hardest thing. They're always constantly moving. This one you get away with it because the way the back is curved around. But if you can get the ears to stand up straighter, uh, especially in that world, it's a much more saleable image. It's a weird thing, but they really like to have the horses like when they want to be like at attention and their ears are like straight up, you know, and not moving like they normally do because they want to be able to hear. But though you can see he turned the ears down and towards the ground, but yeah, the other ways it would be straight up, you know, and I think that would make the only thing to make it stronger. But yeah, you captured it really, really well. I love the black background too. Yeah. So he's getting older. He's white, so he's getting up there now. Usually they're quite darker when they're younger. By the time they hit about 10 or 15 years old, then they start getting really white. But yeah, those are my favorite horses. I love them. I love them a lot. But you really got his eye. That was great. Really did. Thank God for the cameras nowadays, you know. Oh, guys, that's good. Good shot. I really like it. Okay, here we go. All right, this is done in a street vendor. You know, technically, this is it's a really, really good image. Um, and I like the fact that they were daring enough to let um, a little bit of white light come down over the turbine there, you know, because it could have easily gone pretty bad if it was blown out, but they were able to hold that back in with the texture, and you can see nothing's blown out there. That would have made me kind of nervous. And it looks like they cropped it too. I'm glad, because this is the kind of thing you want to see it more on like a 4:5 or a square ratio. They gave a lot of just enough room on the left shoulder and the right shoulder. It's nice having cropped off there. Nothing's too tight. He looks really good. The skin actually looks really good. You know, there was a time a few years back when, gosh, seemed like anybody who had weathered skin, they would just overemphasize it. And I'm glad that finally has gone away, because, you know, the skin looks really good on him too, because, you know, he's probably been out in the sun most of his life, but great eyes, good. Yeah, it's a very, very nice portrait. Technically, impact wise, um, composition wise, very well done. Very well done. And that's a real black and white. I mean, look, you could look at all the different tones here. Again, you got to really take the chance, and you know, that's why I always love people like Eugene Smith and all of them, because they weren't afraid to use blacks. You know, they were, I mean, half the time the print was nothing but black, but it just brought everything together. It was that negative space, you know, that would accentuate everything else. And this person did a great job with the whites and the blacks and the skin. This is really good portrait. You know, those aren't easy to do in that harsh a light. So many things could have gone wrong in this one, but they didn't. So that's good. Yeah, very good. Did somebody here take this? I guess not. Okay. Next one. Oh, this is good too. Did somebody take this image?
I don't think they're here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. This could stand to have a little vignette, I think. Just a small little, just a little bit of vignette. Maybe back off on the clarity a little bit, because the water, yeah, it seems to be pretty hard there. But yeah, the image itself is great. I think if you just backed off on the sharpening, backed off on the clarity a little bit, and maybe I would actually, to be honest, I would work trying to create a little bit of more, the vignette would probably take care of it. It would isolate the bear a little bit more, but wonderful image, really wonderful image. I like this a lot. It's just a little bit too sharp for me, but and again, you don't want that sharpness to overwhelm the form. So but yeah, what a great moment there too. I hope they were farther away than I think they were. Yes. God, look at those paws. All right. Next one. Okay. This one, all right. This one here, we would have to do some contrast control. So you'd have to work on the leaf that's in the foreground. If that's your main subject, you need to kind of separate that from the background, which is also beautiful. And the only way you're going to do that is you're going to have to go in and isolate it with a brush or something, and then work on that and maybe darken the background. You could crop out the background a little bit too, maybe. Those dark spots, you know, on the right. I think if you got rid of those dark spots, spaces in the top left-hand corner where it's just more of just a bouquet of leaves all around it, you would also be able to isolate it more, and then darken down the smaller leaves and bring the one in the foreground, bring it forward by lightening it up a little bit, maybe a smidge more contrast. It'd be wonderful. Again, just a little bit of cropping, darken the background, crop in where those black background is with nothing behind it. Crop that in a little bit on the right-hand side, above, left-hand side. just a smidgen on the bottom, you'd have a really, really good image. Okay, this one here, is this anybody's photograph?
It's mine,
It's yours? Okay, where did you photograph it?
in North Carolina.
Okay, good, 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 good. So your subject matter on this one, tell me what is your subject matter? Is it the falls
It's
or
the-
is it the falls or is it the leaves down below? Where is it exactly?
It, I guess it should be the falls, but I was just trying to put something interesting in the foreground.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, no, that's fine. I just wanted to do, because boy, when you get a complex scene like this, you really have to isolate what the subject's going to be.
Mhm.
That's why if it's going to be the falls, then it gets to be a lot stronger if you crop out that foreground with the plant or the limb or whatever that is. You crop out above, see where it's going to, see where the falls are coming, and then you have another series of falls that are going off to the left where they're falling down. You see?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you crop off just below that, and you can keep some of the rocks on the right hand side. Basically, you crop up just above where that branch is with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 of these. That it out. You can see how much stronger the image is right away. There's less distraction.
Yeah, I was trying to photograph too much, wasn't I?
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's fine. We all do that. You know, thank God you have cameras that you can, but sometimes you just see something and then that's why I like to carry sometimes with me a little artist screen, the little plastic things you can buy them for like $11. It's a viewing thing for artists, and it has like 12 by 14, 6 by 7 square, all this. And you could kind of hold that and you can look at it and see the scene and go, oh, I think I want to go, that's the size I want. And then just keep that there and then move your camera around to where you can take your camera, and if you have a 4:5, a 1:1, a 16 by 9 or something like that, you can use that same ratio and get it. And you're not slipping around trying to fall, trying to get your scene set up. But yeah, I would just, first of all, take your time when you see something like that and really think it through like, okay, this is what I want. What is it I like? I want the falls. Okay. And then start isolating everything else, because you're going to lose about 20% of the image on your first crop right here, but it will make it a lot stronger if you just bring it up right, crop that first portion out we spoke about, and then you've got more, it's more of like a 4:5 ratio. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then what I would do is, okay, you've got the falls, you expose properly. Okay, they're white falls, everything like that. And then I would play with maybe on the sides and the trees that are coming out. Maybe you could add just a small vignette around those sides just to see if you can bring in more of the eye viewingship right into the falls and then out to the top of the falls. Okay, I would try that.
Okay.
Yeah. And um, you could probably also do that in your color controls in Lightroom if you went over to black and white, because there's a lot of green there. I don't know if there's any color on those leaves there. I'm not sure.
It's just green.
Are the trees green also?
The trees are green. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's springtime though, right?
Right.
So you might want to work on the yellow and the green channel and then just see, because you might be able to actually, work on those leaves, right, paralleling the falls. You might be able to get something there to open them up a little bit or make them a little bit darker without having to vignette.
David, I wish we could get you to give us a little workshop on working with the channels in black and white. It'd be great.
Yeah, we'll come by the gallery sometime.
Ah,
I'm not there. Dave can help you too.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, now with Lightroom, there's just so much you can do now, you know, that
Mhm.
6 months ago you could never do. So, you know, it's amazing what you can do nowadays. Really is. Wouldn't
Well,
you?
I've always called myself a color junkie, so black and white is
Well, it's
difficult for me.
and you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You know, because a lot of people I know will also they won't work on a black and white print until they've got it to how they like it as a color, and then they'll flip it over. So, you know, I mean, I have a friend who's religious. He says, I won't even do anything until I've got it exactly the way I want it in color. And I'm thinking, well, that's just crazy. But then, you know what? He does great black and whites by it, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, and he's really good at his Photoshop stuff. So hey, you know, whatever floats your boat on that. But yeah, definitely. Uh, but I like this a lot. Yeah, North Carolina. Okay, next one. Did anybody take this one? I guess not. I was wondering where this was taken at too. Is this um you know, only thing I would really do is it's a foggy day. Um The only thing I would probably do, it looks like it was cropped a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. I think it's just I don't I don't there's no I don't there's no snow there. I think I would take down the trees. I would bring them down in value a little bit darker. Because I know the fog's not and it's not ice on them, but they seem to be a little bit too bright. Uh, but I would bring down that value, and then it would add contrast to the scene, and the bridge would be more prevalent. I'm just seeing a little bit too much of the same tone on the bridge and in the trees, or close to it. Yeah. Does anybody have a question? No. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. I guess, is this somebody's photograph here?
Yes, that's mine.
Okay, good, good, good. What was this shot with?
D750 with a Nikon 1.4 50mm.
Okay. And did you use so what did you do for the sky here? You remember?
I was working in the Nick Silver
Okay, okay. Yeah.
and just working with the colors, the filters,
Okay.
sticking in the green area around 120, 130.
Okay. Yeah. Only thing I would say in the sky, I don't on my computer, and I could be wrong. I'm gonna turn it up a little brighter again, my Mac. It looks like I see some vertical banding on the left-hand side above those three peaks on the left, but
Yeah,
grand.
yeah.
I
That
see.
was just the way the clouds were.
Okay, okay,
This is maybe 7 o'clock in the morning,
okay, okay,
about this time of the year.
okay. The only thing I would said was just pull down on your blue channel and see if that goes.
Okay.
Otherwise, uh, an old trick of that for the film days is we would just add grain.
Yeah,
Add grain in the sky, and then it looks like a silver print, and you're good. Because I used to have that problem when I would shoot Velvia film because it was so saturated, and my God, I would get banding in the sky when we would scan it over to film, and we used to get stuff just like that. And this was 8x10 film too, and it would just drive us crazy. Like, why is this happening? You know, but Velvia would do that. Provia wouldn't do it so much, but
right.
the saturation of Velvia would always get these looks like that. And that's why I ask you, what did you shoot it with? That's why I'd seen that before. Yeah. Yeah, so you got a lot of foreground light. Was there
Yeah.
but then as you go towards the mountains, was there a bank of clouds that were holding it back? The light?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that I got that then. Okay, that was my next question. Okay, so well that's good. Let me just look here real quick. What I just want to see something. You know, the only thing I would do is you see that first row of sagebrush right there in the first row where it's really bright.
Right.
It's like a quarter to 3/8 of an inch. I would bring that down in value,
Okay.
just darken it up just a little bit, or crop it, one or the other.
Right.
Because that is the only thing I see that's distracting.
Okay.
Especially at the very, very bottom there, like right at the edge of the print. You know, I would bring maybe a quarter of an inch up, just bring it down a little bit.
Okay.
And then it's a very, very beautiful and over there to the left-hand side. So you go up an inch and a quarter and in an inch and a half. What that white thing, is that snow or is that what is that exactly?
I think it's just a patch of snow over on the Timber Island.
Okay, all right. If not, I would just check it and see, because that's just one little thing that I know that the lady who works on my image, that would be gone in a second. She'd got, no, what the hell is that? Boom, gone, you know. But yeah, but you know, I wasn't sure what it may be, but yeah, very well done. Love the clouds on it. And you got you nailed the snow on the Tetons, you know, you got it. It's white, but it's not. You know what I mean when I was talking earlier about that gray, dark gray snow,
Washed out.
Yeah. Well, this isn't washed out, but then the opposite was when early on it kind of looked like you know, fresh cement. You know, it didn't have that glow to it. And you're supposed to have it. So yeah, but very well done. Yeah,
Thank you.
Love the clouds. Yeah. But I would go in there and work on that blue channel and maybe work on the sign, but you know, you can go in with Lightroom, isolate the sky and then rework on it, you know, just a little bit. Okay. Soften it up just a little bit.
All right.
Okay. You bet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Who it is? Does this image fucking
It's mine.
Okay. All right. So this one here, you need to tone those clouds down a little bit.
Okay.
There's just too much contrast between them, and they are constantly. I'm seeing the mountains, but they're fighting me. My eye keeps flipping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, and I think if you bring those down, that black down, the highlights are probably okay. You might want to bring that one portion, you know, go in. And with a brush and bring that down a little bit to where they complement each other, but they're fighting each other right now. Yeah. And the snow, is that snow on the original? Is it blown out there on the peak there towards the center portion on the right hand?
Yeah, that was a little blown out.
Okay. Oh, is there any chance of regaining it or not, or you're not sure?
I tried.
Okay. Well, then that's just that it is what it is.
But I'm not much with the oval in that.
It may be lost, but yeah, I mean, the scene is beautiful. It's just that whole, but the cloud just keeps competing with me.
Right.
Yeah. Because rarely do you see a cloud that's darker than the sky, you know, on the bottom, silver lining. Yeah. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You bet. Now let's do, okay. Is anybody take this one here too? This image, blacktail sunset.
That's me again.
Okay. All right. First of all, I think the horizon line's not straight.
Yeah, I see it now.
I would tilt that back up. The underbelly, open up the shadows on the trees. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And and then with your sky, bring it back down, bring it back up the underbellies. You need to get that a little bit lighter on the underbelly side of it again.
Okay.
And then, by doing that, it may actually help accentuate the sun rays. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I see that graininess again. Is this done in Nick software again?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I used to use that a long time ago, but I haven't used it for a while, but I can see just that little bit. When was this taken?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. And what did you shoot it with?
The D750.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
All right.
this is the 50 millimeter. That's
Yeah.
kind of my go-to.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
this almost looks like a Sabatier effect.
A what?
What? What's that mean?
A Sabatier effect. It's an old darkroom technique.
Oh. Huh.
Oh.
And what? Explain it further.
So the effect is actually exposing either the negative or the paper
Oh,
to
yeah.
a flash of light.
Flashing.
And
Flashing. Yeah. Flashing. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
But I
see
would
that.
still, those underbelly of those clouds that you need to lighten that up a little bit because you're
Okay.
losing a lot of texture in those clouds.
Texture.
Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, you can open up that down below too. There's a lot of beauty that's probably in that forest from that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
All right,
Good.
cool.
All right. You bet.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay. Whose is this one here? Is anybody here? This one here?
Yeah, David, that's mine. Morning.
Barney, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, Barney. You want to make this thing even better?
Please.
Yeah, it looks really good. I would just say, let me look here a little bit. Can you, I would, that left-hand corner, okay? I would either, crop it up a little bit. See where that dark spot is right there in the left-hand
Yeah.
corner? I would either crop that up. Gosh, I wish you could have gotten past that and shot it right past it where it was kind of darker and opened up a little bit. But it's just that it keeps drawing me back down to that left-hand corner. Maybe if you just cropped in a little bit, I think it would probably work from the bottom up. It's too high on that left-hand corner. It just makes everything else is so perfectly aligned, but it's just a little bit too high. And if you could either come up from the bottom or come in from the left just a little bit to kind of bring it more even across with everything else. It's just too much of a little bit of hump there,
Got it. Yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if you brought it up like a quarter of an inch and then in on the left-hand side, just a smidge or something. I think, and then maybe darkened it down just a little bit there. That's a beautiful image of God. Those clouds are just amazing. Now, see, this is really good because obviously, was it getting ready to hail then, or what was it going to do?
I was getting ready to run for the car.
Yeah, I know. This looks like something we see in Kansas. But see, everybody, look at this cloud. That looks like a cloud that hasn't been processed way too much. Okay, you got to let the cloud have a feel to it. You got to feel that like a cotton candy texture to it instead of, if you crank up the clarity, it would just look like a mess, So that's, you gotta let it look soft but fierce, and which you've done really well here. You could even add, if you wanted to, you could even add more, takes more shadow out of it if you wanted to on the bottom left-hand side. That's pretty dark there, but still, I see where you're going with it, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful cloud, and yeah, you did really well on this.
Just have to
Man, that
comment.
is-
Just have to comment. It almost looks like a bison coming at you.
Yeah, I know. I know. One-eyed bison. Mm.
Yeah, David, I'm pretty sure that I shot this in IR with an 830
Okay.
nanometer.
Okay.
That's why I got the structure in the cloud.
Yeah, and that's why the vegetation's so bright too.
Yes,
Well, I
yeah,
was saying bring it down just a little bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I see
good
now.
suggestion, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you look at it, you're kind of like, wait a minute, is this thing level? Wait a minute. Oh, and then you see is that hump of bright vegetation there that's just like not quite, but okay, now I get it. But hey, well done though. Well done. Yeah, I like that bald eagle there on them. Yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, is this done by anybody?
Yeah, that's another one of mine.
Okay, now this one here, now there's something weird going on in the sky. But again, is this IR? See that? See
Yeah,
that?
and I tried to correct it, but
Yeah.
I just kind of gave up.
Okay. Yeah, I was okay. All right. Yeah, I was like, what the heck is that? Because that reminds me of like the old film days. And like Jen, my friend Jen would just say, well, we can add grain to it. I go, okay, you know, but yeah, where was this taken at?
In the Pelouse,
In the Police Valley?
yes,
Oh, really? What month?
in June.
Look at that. Look at the did they have a little airport, little private little runway back there? You see the
I think it was just a windmill. This is I shot this actually with the 500 on the again on the D800 with the which is a converted IR camera 820 830 rather.
because sometimes they have those in the police where the farmers will have like a little Cessna crop duster. They land up in there and they can see the wind blowing, what direction it's coming from. The little wind flag there, which is interesting. Good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like that. It's just that, yeah, if we could just get rid of that. I don't know how you do that though, but not with IR. But I love that. I love the windmill there too. It's just that good, good deal. Palouse is so pretty. It'd be so beautiful now, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah,
Okay, is this yours too?
yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Definitely this one had me confused. Is that snow in the down below?
That is snow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, because the building being so bright, I was just like, what? How did that happen? You know? So that was yeah, I know that building really well. Full moon night. How long was
This was actually coming in on sunset. So the sun is off to the kind of, if you're facing us off your right hand shoulder,
Okay.
coming straight in, and then the moon was just coming up.
Wow. Okay. That's what I wondering, how did you get so much light on that building? But
Yeah.
well,
Again, this is another IR shot, by the way.
Okay. That explains this. I was like, how did he get that much light on that mill with a dark sky and a full moon there? I was like, dang. You must have had a heck of a strobe, you know, yeah. Well, good. A little chilly that night, huh?
Well, this is actually, yeah, this is probably about 4:30 or 5 in the I think it was taken in a January
Okay.
timeframe.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. That's interesting. See, to be able to see that much moon with the sun still up, that's good. Good deal. All right. Well, thank you. Is that with the 850 you said you modified it to IR, right?
Yeah, it's the 800.
Oh, the 800, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
800
yeah,
modified.
yeah, remember they made the 800E and then the 800 and then they had the 800 that was also for IR. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, I like this shot too. This is great. Anybody do this one?
I didn't,
Yeah.
well, I didn't see the person on, so.
Yes, I did.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Sorry, it took me a while to get on
Is it-
mine.
That's yours. Oh, this is really well done. I like the dirt clogs coming up too, the horses running. That's great. Yeah. I mean, I I don't know what else you could add to it, you know. It's because if the horse was say 15 more feet up the hill, you know, it would have been maybe a little bit more dramatic, but then look how dramatic the horse is with the cowboy's hand up. So I mean, what else can you do? You know, it's just so nice, you know, really well done. Uh yeah. And was it what time of the day was this, evening time?
It was coming close to the end of day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. And was it really, did you purposely make the foreground really dark or?
Well, I was shooting into, not into the sun, but the light is by him, so he's silhouetted.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I didn't have to, so making it black and white is gonna make the foreground dark. I didn't have to do much to that
Yeah,
because
plus
he's,
you had to hold you had to hold the highlights, you know, they're starting to blow in the clouds, you know, because there's
Yeah.
only so much to do in this situation. You're one or the other you got to go for. So you made the right choice. And you probably have detail in those clouds. I mean, it's very graphically, it's one of the best shots of all these, you know, it's just really graphic wise. It's excellent. Yeah, very, very well done. Yeah.
thank you.
Good. And I still love all the dirt clogs like you can see behind, you know, you could tell they were really running fast, you know. That's great. Yeah. Good. Is that your property that you, or was this a shoot with cowboys or anything?
No, this was on a ranch in Nevada.
Hmm. Oh, good. Good. Which part of Nevada?
Gosh, I'd have to think to remember, near Wells.
Oh yeah, I know Wells. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Good. Well, excellent. You know, there's a lady there's got like, what does she have? 500,000 acres and has all those wild Mustangs there.
It was near there.
Okay.
Somebody told me, I mean, I haven't been there, but somebody mentioned that when I was there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, is this anybody's shot here too?
That's mine too.
Oh, good. Good. I really like this one too. Lots of fog, huh? Did you
Yeah,
did
Kelly
you work on this very much, or did you
I'm
have a
sorry.
chance? You did work on it or not, or?
Not that much. I didn't have to do much to turn it into black and white. It was Kelly Warm Springs in the winter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yeah, I've shot there a few times in the winter too. Yeah. Cold as heck too. Gosh, when I was there, it was 15 below, and the sun wouldn't come up because of the fog. And oh my God, my hands hurt so much. Uh, so you see them, and then you don't see them. You see them, you don't see them. So now I understand. I wasn't sure if this was here, Kelly, or if it was Yellowstone. So, yeah, there's not much I could say to do to this. When I was talking to Dave earlier, I said, well, I wonder if she could play with the fog or anything with the blue channel or something to see if she could get a little bit more reflection underneath it. But if Kelly Warmspring, it's just going to be total fog. Sometimes in Yellowstone, you can get that the river, the Madison might be a little bit bluer, or sometimes if you just work, with the blue channel, or what's the other one? What is it? Clarity, sharpening. What's the one at the bottom, Dave? What's it called?
Texture or
Dehaze.
Dehaze, yeah. Yeah. You know, if you worked with, maybe I would just experiment to see if you could get something like maybe some of the fog would break through or something, so it looks like they're going into something. But yeah, this is just a gorgeous image, you know, and very well laid out in the actual frame itself.
Can I ask a question about this, David?
Yeah.
Would you consider making this shot a little bit more distant? In other words, having a little bit more background in it, or do you like the crop?
You can do a crop on it, or is there a background to it?
No.
There's
Like,
not much cropped there. If I were to go all the way out, all you'd get is a little bit of like messiness around the edges.
Oh, well, but if you did some haze, could you see something back there? Because I'm seeing at the very top. What am I seeing at the very top there? What is it? Was that a
What seeing is the bank on the other
bank?
side.
The bank on
Yep.
the other side. Okay. Yeah. Well, you don't want anything to distract from it. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah. Because the way it's laid out, this is just it's just so beautiful. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to change the mood too much. I mean, I'd be interested to see if you could isolate just a little bit of contrast on the two on the right, but again, it might mess with it. Well, you can always just try. But yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, so it's beautiful, especially the way their heads are, the angles, the shapes, it's there. It's just really nice. Very, very, very well done.
I spoke to them nicely and I asked them to please line up. And they listened.
Yeah.
I didn't know you speak Swan.
I
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. You speak Swan Healy. So that's good. Very good. Excellent. What lens you use on this?
Gosh, I think I was in my car pretty far away. I was probably using either my 100, 400 or the 600 even.
Okay. See, when I was there, we were just standing on the bank where they were going by, like 6 feet away. It was nuts. And they could care less. There was a male and female and maybe a couple other ones. And they would go and then you could hear them go right by. But I just remember being so cold, and a friend of mine had a phase 1 and his just died on him. That the camera just died because it was just too icy, but and then the best shot I got was when they went over to the kind of portion of it on the far west side, and then the sun kind of came through, and I got lucky, with God, boy, we paid for it that day. It was so cold, but great job. I like this a lot. Okay, next one. Who's this?
Mine too.
Oh, it's yours too. Okay, good. Well, it's graphic for sure. Yeah, what is this? Are these when you stop down, what's causing the hexagon? Is that what was in there? What was going on there? I don't understand. It was,
You mean
the hexagon,
I'm shooting right into the sun.
yeah, but I see the sun star, but what are all the little spots around it?
Just sun halos, some like sun flares.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. Okay. All right. And yeah, well, okay. You must have been stopped down quite a bit then.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm seeing the sensor dust too. You'd have to clean up the sky a little bit.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
that's-
again, it's just a graphic shot. It's good. Were they good? They're picking up antlers? Is that what they're doing? Or had they been hunting? I see some.
No, they were picking up antlers.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this high-end shot, you're just going to get the highlights on the vegetation. You can try and work some shadow stuff, but it's more like just the graphic. It's all about them. The only thing I would do is I would go in and I would try and clean out the sky a little bit.
Okay.
If you could. I don't know if you can pull that out. If not, the sun star is great on it, but I get mixed up into the sun star. Like, what's that other thing? You can see it. You can see the blades of the aperture, but I never seen one with so many multiple blades going on. So that's what threw me. I didn't, so especially with the sun star like that. But yeah, you got 3 mules and a horse, right?
Exactly.
Thank you. Okay, good. And where was that taken? Here in Jackson?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. 1 second. Next one. Oh, anybody take this one? Who took this one?
I did.
You did? Where was it taken?
It was actually taken from my house in Nevada.
Oh, great. Great. Okay. So, um, let me look here. So, technically it's really well. There's only one thing that's competing with you with this, and that is the candle stand. Let me see something. Take it and just try and crop out that stand itself
Okay.
to the circular part of the stand at the very bottom. Just crop
Oh,
that out.
gotcha. Yeah.
See how much simpler it looks?
Mm-hmm.
It really draws the attention on her. Okay. I know you don't see
Okay.
the whole mirror, but that for me, it's a little distracting that you've got the model there, and then you've got this big stand that's there that's just kind of seems to be in a little bit in the way, but if you crop it out, I think it looks a lot better.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I would do is I would go in and everything in the mirror up above her where it arches up. Okay.
Yeah.
Get all that out of there. Despot it. Take it out with AI content fill or whatever. Just go in and bip, 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 like treat it like dust spots, which it is, or something,
Yeah.
and then it would
Okay.
be really, really, really beautiful image, because the tones are wonderful. Her outfit that she's wearing, nothing's blown out. Her skin tones are great. She's posed really well, but you just need now you need to go and just clean up or what's on the actual mirror and everything like that. Up above there too, even up above, all that up above it needs to be just cleaned out. And then you'd have that would be really, really nice. Yeah. The light
Okay.
was falling on it too. Very well done. Very well done. It looks
Thank
like
you.
shot that straight on too. Yeah, it's level. Yeah, I can see by the way. Yep,
Yep.
yeah, you got a level there too. Okay, good. That's real good. Next one, let me see here. Okay. Now, where was this photograph? Anybody take this one too?
Yeah. Also me.
Okay, all right. Did you do any image with them where they were standing up?
I did. But it wasn't kind of friendly.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because I would have been interesting if they were standing up, the light falling on their body. I wonder how it would have looked, that's why, because here you see the bodies, but the light's falling on them a little awkwardly, on them. You get the shoulder or the middle of the back. Standing up, you would have probably been able to get like the side of the body or something like that. But yeah, I was just curious, if you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but the exposure's right. I just wonder, I wonder how it would look if you darkened up, if you came in and darkened up the left-hand corner up a little bit. See where those we see those 4 big boulders that come up at a diagonal, and then you've got if you darken that corner down a little bit, I think it would add more to the image too. I could be wrong, but I think if you just don't make it black or anything, you just darken it up, and then you've got a leading line that goes up to the second model, and then the first model would be on that line. So I think it would make it more of a leading line that leads you up through, because the distraction I see is that bottom left-hand corner. I can't get away from that. There's too much light down in that bottom left-hand corner. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, I see that.
I would try that, you know, and then you're getting more of like kind of a shaft of a triangular light with the girls that are the models that are on it, you know, and maybe just tone down the bottom right-hand corner boulder, maybe just a little bit, you know, not too much. I know it's
Okay.
it's a brighter stone itself, just that very top of it, maybe just play with it and see if you can get a sort of an even illumination that goes up. And then you can really see that shaft of light better and everything. Yeah. But definitely I would just tone down that bottom left-hand corner, that whole group of rocking right there.
Okay.
All right. I mean, it's worth a try there. I would just try it. I mean, just anything like that might just help. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But very
Okay,
well
thanks.
executed too. Yeah.
Hey, Dave,
Okay.
I'm a little worried I don't know how many photos are left, but I don't want the Zoom to time out on us.
Oh,
So
okay. I'll
yeah,
speed
maybe-
up.
Yeah, just speed up a hair. So,
Okay.
all right.
Let me hit it. A beep. Oh yeah. This one here. Anybody take this one here? No one, did anybody take this photo here at the group? On this one here, I would work on the sky, bring it down a little bit, just a little bit, the sky, and I would crop in on the right-hand side a little bit. And I think it's not level, but it seems like it's going to the left down. So I would just work on those two things. Yeah, just kind of bring down the value of the sky a little bit and crop in at least to where the dock goes on the right-hand side. And then it would be a little bit stronger image. Okay, this one here. Anybody take this photo?
He's not here.
Okay, I'm a little confused what the subject is. And also the water, I would have shot it a little bit longer where it'd been smoother water, you'd had a better reflection. But yeah, I definitely, I was just wondering what the subject is on it. And if it's that tower one, I would crop in a little bit probably. You could lose the building on the left-hand side, just take it to the white building on the right-hand side and maybe take it into left-hand side may be okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would just crop it on the right-hand side. And sky's going to be what it is. Yes, cloudy day. So, but oh yeah, I like the fox. Anybody's photograph here? The fox?
That's me.
Who's me?
Donna. It's
Oh,
Donna.
Donna. Okay. Yeah. Donna, I would pull, this fox is great. If you can isolate the snow and pull back on the sharpening, it would be better because there's just a lot of granular stuff on the snow here. I kind of, if you could bring down that or the clarity, bring it down a little bit on that.
Okay.
It's a beautiful image, really beautiful image. Yeah, you did well on this one. Okay, yeah. All right. And maybe pull back on the highlights on the snow, just a smidge too, but okay.
Okay.
Not the whites, just the highlights. Okay. Anybody shoot this one here?
That's me too.
Okay. I would on this one, I would probably, I think you need to crop a little bit on the bottom. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you do these kind of shots, well, I realize that the boats are probably moving. If you could do a little slower shutter sometimes too, it makes that water so much smoother, but they might be moving. I don't know if the tide is coming in or not, but I can see the reflection of the piers there. But if you could get it smoothed out the water a little bit and lighten up your skies a little bit, they're too dark in the blue sky. See some of that area. I don't know if you had a circular polarizer that happens sometimes like that. Just bring it down. It just brings a little bit more life into the photo.
Okay.
You're losing a lot when it just goes black like there up in the cloud, up in the blue sky.
Okay.
All right, good. Let me get.
And that's mine. That's mine
yours
too.
Okay, this one here, I think you got good light on it. I would have shot this with probably a wider open aperture. So because I don't know what the subject is. I think maybe if it's a tree in the middle or what, but if you opened it a little bit, your aperture up a little bit more, they would have gone softer, the background, and then that would have been more like what your eye would see, and it would isolate your forward grove of trees there. you know?
Okay.
So I would just do that. Don't always have to shoot at f8 or whatever. I shoot that like maybe f2 or f2.8 or you know, then you could got the foreground trees in focus. And this could probably stand with just a slight vignette too would be nice on it too.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But the exposure is really nice on it. You just need to kind of draw away from the far trees because you get confused of what you're trying to see. You know, isolate them a little bit more by shooting with a wider open aperture.
Okay. And it was shot with a 16. So
Yeah,
that's why you're seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do all that all the time because it's just there's too much you're taking in, you know, especially at a short range like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to isolate which particular tree group you're going to shoot.
Okay.
Okay, next
Thanks.
one. Oh, anybody shoot this one? Okay, this one here, the only thing is I would have pulled back with a wider angle lens because I'm not quite sure what she's throwing a discus or what is it? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'd like to see more what it is what's behind her. It's almost yeah, it's just too tight for me. I don't quite understand what's going on. I mean, I see the image, but I'd like to see more of environmental of what's going on there. Okay. Technically it's fine, but just compositionally wise, I would have done a little bit wider. But, you know, okay. This one here, anybody shoot this one? I guess no. Okay. Must be Bandon Beach. I would probably, if it's a foggy, I would work on the sky. It might be fog back there coming in. I'm not sure. I would do that. I would, the foreground's okay there. Yeah, I would hold down the sky, maybe pull back on a little bit of the highlights. I think I would open up this rock that's surrounded by water just a little bit to give it a little bit more detail in the shadows, just so it would be more engaging. And yeah, the skyline needs to be worked on a little bit to bring it down. Okay, next one. Oh, I love this one. This is great. I just love this photo. Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on in this, but you know, sometimes you get really lucky. Look at the horse. The horse is leaning in, but away. You can see the guys. Like, I mean, even the dogs are like pretty aware of what's going on, and they nail the focus. Did anybody take this one?
This is mine. Yeah.
Wow, you're the winner. This is just so cool. This is really good. I really like it. I just love it. Yeah. And the strength of that front leg coming in, you know, it's just so well done. And it's so present. I mean, this is something that if it was a magazine article, this would have been one of the lead photos because it just draws you in like, what the heck is going on here, you know? And the good thing is you kept it fairly level considering the wide angle you were shooting, and you're probably trying to get out of the way of the horse. I mean, it's a little bit off, but you know, you could fix it. And even by fixing it, you know, it's just going to be a little bit on the right-hand side. It will come up. Dogs are great. You even have separation in the dogs, you know, which is amazing. So, yeah, I like that front dog too. He didn't know what's going on. He's like trying to tell the horse what to do, but, very, very, where was this done at?
In North Carolina.
Yeah, boy. Well, stick with it. You got something going there. That's really good.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody take this photograph here?
That's mine as well.
Okay, good. I would just do it looks really well done, executed, and I might do a slight vignette on it, just a little bit, not too much. And that was also done very, very well. And again, you held up the highlights in the water. Everything looks good there. Maybe the only thing I would have done was pull back a little bit more so you could see more where the water was going into. But again, you may have had a fixed focal length lens. So, but that was very well done too. Yeah. Fall or winter time? Was it fall or winter?
Um, yeah, during the winter.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Oh, yeah, this one. Anybody take this one?
That's my last one.
How did you get this photo? I don't know. Was it like really, really? Is this like what time of day is it? I mean, what time of night?
It's before dawn.
Okay.
So waiting for sunrise.
Okay. Haleakala. Yeah, I used to live in Maui, so that's why I was wondering like how, yeah, okay. Well, now, is it one shot or is it two shots or how?
No, it's all one shot.
Oh, one shot. Okay. Well, that car must have been going pretty fast. The stars aren't really moving that much, but yet you were able to get the car, going through there. Yeah, technically it's good. I would probably, yeah, it just needs some work on it, as far as, the clouds down below. But again, it's that time of day. There's not a lot you can do with that because there's really no light except for the car going around. But good shot. Good shot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I might take down, I don't know, I might lower that light on that hillside a little bit, but yeah, that's fine. Good. Okay. Okay. This is on our side. This is also did anybody take this shot? Okay. I would probably drop a little bit off the bottom and I would work on the sky. And sky, maybe, yeah, I would work a little bit on the sky, see if you can get a little bit more information out of that. The barn's fine, and probably open up the far forest aspen trees, just open it up a little bit. But the exposure was pretty good on that. It's amazing there's no footprints. So okay. Okay, this is the last one. I think it is. Did anybody shoot this one?
Did.
Did you shoot it, Ann?
Yeah. Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay. Okay. So I would, let's see. I think the only thing I would probably also do I would try and bring down the light on the ground down below just a smidge, and maybe do a slight vignette up above the horses to draw attention into them. Okay. And I can't tell because let me see here. Let me just make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. I think, yes, last night, I think I tried to crop a couple of them out, but no. Nope. Beautiful tails on them. I would probably just go in and work on maybe some contrast on the horses, manes, on their tails, but just maybe add a little bit of contrast to see how it works. But mainly that the ground needs to be a little bit darkened up a little bit to draw your attention more into them too. Okay. And then hold back on the trees just a smidge more. So it makes it all about, the rear ends of the horses and everything and the long tails on them. Are they Arabians or what are they?
This was up at the Jackson Lake Lodge.
Oh, okay.
I think they were Arabians. They're just old saddle horses.
I tell you what, the Bitterroot Ranch and Du Bois, they all have Arabians up there and they have tails like that, really long tails. God, they're just so beautiful, especially backlit, Is that the last one? I think that's the last one, wasn't it? Dave?
You can hit back or just stop share up at the top.
Okay, stop share. Oh, okay, yeah. Boom. Okay,
Oh.
we're here.
All right.
Hey, your beard's grown since I saw you last.
So yeah, anybody got any questions for Dave, or we can jump and do we can take a quick look at the what Dave picked it as his favorites. So
Well, boy, there's like 3 that I really cannot tell. I mean, my God, they're so good. You know, the portrait of the man in the village. I mean, that was so good.
well, I
I
know
mean, that was, and the huntsman, that was so well, just because, I mean, to get all that in a wide angle shot, it's like, my God, that's so difficult to do. The street vendor was amazing. Yeah, you got the list though, right? I mean, they're all winners as far as I'm concerned. And, I mean, and the trumpeter trio, I mean, it's like, they were just really, really good. So go ahead.
let's see. So this is our level 1 contestants. And so I'll quickly do the let's see what Dave picked as the let's see.
I thought I picked the level 1. I thought I picked
yeah.
Where is the level 1?
Well, I've got them here. Don't worry.
The stairs.
Yeah, but well, let's see.
I thought there were about 8 of them.
There were,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
okay, here was the, I guess what Dave considered 3rd place, which was John Buckley's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was that Dave gave that one 3rd. If John, are you still with us? Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, that's really well done. And then 2nd place was these stairs by Gigi. And again, yeah, really well done. If you've been in the gallery, we've got a couple of stair shots at Dave's gallery that's also very well done. So you can go and compare. And then
Yeah, a little bit wider would have been better, but he may not have had the lens too. So,
I don't know. Gigi, are you with us?
Okay.
No, I guess not. And then this is the 1st place, also Gigi, the one called Stevie. Yeah, so those were our level 1s, and I'll go over here and we'll shoot the level 2 quickly because I'm afraid we're going to run out of time and this thing's going to end on us. But let's see. Oops, got to do that. So this was our 2 honorable mentions. So Karen's Cowboys. And I don't know if Karen's still with us, but yeah, I agree with Dave. It's a great shot. I love the flying clods.
Yeah.
And and this is it. This is the orchid shot, which was just to answer the question Dave asked earlier. It was just one light lower, wet left, and behind. But
Okay.
I really intended to shoot a bunch of macro shots, and then I got decided that the whole composition looked better. So, yeah. And then let's see, on to our 3rd place was, Karen's swans.
Mhm.
And Michael, you had something about, you were asking about extending the ground to the photography, excuse me, off to the left. Is that what you were asking earlier?
No, I was just wondering if it was, how it would look if it was shot from effectively more of a distance away so that the swans were smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Might be able to do that with some AI and Photoshop, but yeah.
Build the clouds around them, the
Yeah.
fog around them. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, when I saw this one come in, I was like, man, getting
Yeah.
those three lined up like that, you
Yeah,
could sit there
so,
forever.
so uncreative. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I thought it was taken in Yellowstone. That's why I thought maybe she could work on the fog a little bit, but now where is she taking it? Really difficult there because it's just steam there. So yeah, yeah.
cool. And
I mean,
then,
those are all winners. Yeah, they're all so good. And the next one is what? Oh yeah, yeah. That's just
Render.
such a beautiful. Yeah, that's a really good image. Dude. Dan Orr.
Yeah, I guess Dan's not on, but and then our overall winner was
Yeah, I just
the
yeah,
Huntsman.
yeah.
I don't know if Steve or was he online here? I don't know if I noticed him earlier. But yeah.
That really is a great shot.
I talked to him. He was there, remember? He's offline now? Okay. Well, he was there earlier because I talked to him about it. Yeah. He shot at North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree. The exposure and everything. And
Yeah.
it's like, I
just
don't think you
great.
could oppose those dogs much.
God, no, there's no way. Yeah. And even though you can see his what he blows through and yeah, the little horn there and the horse, just look at the horse looking, you know, yeah, that a lot coming in that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to everyone. I thought there was Dave was telling me he was having a tough time picking and choosing between a lot of the shots. So
Yeah, yeah. All of those were winners, you know, they were really good.
well,
So
well, thanks for stepping in and at the last second when we lost our judge. So I get an update. It's unfortunately she lost someone in her family, but hopefully maybe we can pull her back at some other time. So
Yes, thanks a lot.
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Thank-
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Brookover before we jump out of here? I know we're kind of running a little long. I'm afraid Zoom's going to time out on me.
Yeah. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Like everybody's bailing on us, so we'll let you go. Good job, Dave.
Okay.
Thanks a
All
lot.
right.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
You bet.
All right.
Take care.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good job, man. I'll let you go.
All right.
See you. Talk to you tomorrow.
Take care. Bye-bye.